Hello viewers, this video is about JDBC connectivity with MySQL database on Eclipse. So we were encountering some issues while connecting to MySQL from a Java program on Eclipse. So this video is all about the issues we have faced and also the resolutions. So first thing first, the first issue we were facing was most of the projects do not have this module info.java, right? So first thing, we'll solve this and then I'll take you with a small program where we connect the Java program using JDBC to MySQL database. So first thing first, go to File, New Java project, right? Let's give a name to it, JDBC MySQL DB. So this will be my project name and leave everything as it is, and then don't forget to check this last create module info.java file. So this has to be there because it has a lot of importance and it eases the database connectivity. So don't forget this is most important, and click on finish. And if you look at this project, I have got module info.java. I will come to this why this is very important, right? And at the same time, what I will do is I'll create a new package. So I'll just simply say JDBC connectivity and finish, and then simply add a class my JDBC connectivity, and let's make it a main class. So here what I will do is I'll put some code. So I'm trying to connect to a database schema in MySQL. So let's navigate to MySQL workbench and then simply get inside, right? And what I will do is I'll simply create a new schema, right? And if you look at the icon where it says create a new schema, just click on it, and I will name this as my crude schema, right? So this is my crude schema, and then simply apply, and then it will auto generate the SQL script. So create schema and schema name, you simply have to click on apply and then execute SQL statements and then click on finish. So my crude schema is created and I'll try to connect to this particular schema. So let's get back to Eclipse, and then what I will do is I will use the Class.forName, if you are familiar with Class.forName, to load the database driver here, right? So database driver is com.mysql dot cj dot jdbc dot driver, right? So this is the driver which will be loading to connect to the MySQL. Now if you look at this, it says multiple markers, unhandled exception type class not found, right? So that is the first exception. So what I will do is I'll simply surround this in your try catch block, and that issue is sorted straight away, right? And then save this class not found exception. So the driver is here, it is loaded into the application. Next is, what I will do is I will establish a connection, right? So what I will do is I will take the help of connection class. So obviously we need to get the import statement connection, which is a part of java.sql. So you can read through the contents here, right? And then I'll say create an object equals, we will take the support of the driver manager class. Again you have to do the import part dot get. Now when I do this, right, it has to get all the functions, built-in functions, right? This is not happening, so this is an issue again. Now I'll tell you an hack here. Now this is where your module info will come into picture, right? So to sort out this, you simply get inside module info and put on just one statement, which is requires java.sql, right? So just do it and end with the semicolon, obviously, and then save, right? And go back to your application and then put a dot. Now see, this problem is sorted. So module info is really important. So we'll get this problem sorted, which is your driver manager's relevant functions, built-in functions are not being loaded. So it comes up only because when you put the statement in your module info, just java.sql, which is requires, right? And from there everything is sorted. And then what we do is dot get connection, okay? And it will take 3 arguments here. So one is the URL, second one is the username, first one is URL, username of your MySQL database, and third one is the password, right? So I'll just go navigate back here, and what you have to do is to get the URL, you have to click on the home button, left hand top corner. So click on it, come back to your connections, where you have actually created your database schema, right click on it, and then copy JDBC connection string to clipboard. So copy JDBC connection string to clipboard. So just click on it, and then instead of this URL, you just paste the entire thing, right? So once you have it there, and I need to get the username and password as well. So username is, my username is admin, and the password is admin. So username is root, password is admin. Okay, and let me just bring it down somewhere here. So there is an issue here, right? So if you click on this, there is an unhandled exception type SQL exception. Okay, so this can be done in two ways. The easiest way is after the main function, I'll just say throws SQL exception. Okay, and you have to import java.sql package, right? And now if you look at this, that the entire exception is gone. Okay, and then few more things here. Because I have already specified my username, I don't have to have this user here. That is one thing, right? And also, instead of this 127.0.0.1, you can also have localhost, right? Because I'm working in the same computer, I have my database and my Java application in the same machine, so I don't have to specify it. But if you have it on a different IP, then you can specify it. So we have JDBC, MySQL, and then localhost, and this is the port number of your SQL database. And also here I would also specify the schema name here, right? So I'll just go back and then get inside, and my schema name here, which I have just created, I'm just navigating my crude schema, right? So you just have to specify my crude schema. Okay, and then just close this. So this particular error is also resolved, right? And then I will just get a message, right? So saying that if the connection is successful, I'll do something. If it is not, I'll do something. So I'll say I'll just take the conditional branching, right? And if the connection object is null, which means my connection has failed, right? So if it is so, I'll just simply print out connection failed, right? Or else if it is not null, which means I have established a successful connection. So success connection to MySQL DB established, right? Simple program just to connect to your database, but we have resolved a lot of problems which we faced, the exceptions which have been arise throughout. And simply run this program. And now if you look at this java.lang.class.not.found, so I have one more issue here, right? So class not found, and it is pointing that there is a problem with the driver class. Okay, so let's resolve this as well. So what I will do is, this is because we have to load the connection driver into the application. For that, what I will do is I'll just go to the project, right? And then right click on it and build path, and then we'll just, there are numerous ways to do it, configure build path, right? So once I come over here, click on the module path and then click on add external jars. So simply click on it, and I have to navigate to this particular path or the folder C program files MySQL and connector MySQL connect, where the connector is available, connector folder, and then simply select MySQL connector Java 8.0.29, whichever version is available. This is an executable jar file. Just select that and open. So now we have brought in the connector into our application. Simply apply and close at the bottom, right? So if you also look at your JRE library, that particular, so we have java.sql, which has come from the required statement, and also if you look at your referenced libraries, you have your connector, which we just have added it to the application, right? Now let's go ahead and run your application, and you can see that connection to MySQL database has successfully established. So this we have achieved by crossing so many hurdles, right? And the connectivity from a Java program to MySQL database using Eclipse is successfully done. Thank you for watching the video.